Shocking warning. Serena's ex-coach delivers a brutal reality check to Coco Gauff. The tennis world froze in collective disbelief. The headline flashed across every sports ticker, igniting a wildfire of speculation and debate. Serena's ex-coach issues brutal warning to Coco Gauff. For a young champion basking in the glory of her meteoric rise, those words hit harder than a 130 miles per hour serve. But behind the shock, the truth ran deeper. A truth about greatness, legacy, and the heavy crown of expectation that Coco Gauff now wears. Tennis, the golden girl of tennis. At just 21, Coco Gauff has become more than a tennis player. She's a global symbol of youthful confidence, power, and perseverance. From her sensational breakout win over Serena Williams at Wimbledon as a 15-year-old to her Grand Slam victory that stunned the world, Gauff has been the torchbearer of tennis's new era. She's charismatic, articulate, socially aware, and undeniably gifted. Her fans see her as the next Serena, the one destined to dominate for decades. But in the eyes of those who've seen champions rise and fall, the story isn't that simple. That's where Patrick Mouratoglou, the legendary coach who guided Serena Williams through her most dominant years, stepped in with a message, one that was equal parts admiration, caution, and cold reality. Collision, the coach speaks. She's brilliant, but she's not there yet. It all began during a post-tournament panel on Eurosport, where Mouratoglou was asked to analyze Gauff's recent run of form. The question seemed innocent enough. Do you think Coco Gauff is ready to become the next great dominant force in women's tennis? Patrick's reply silenced the studio. Coco is extraordinary, he began, but people must stop comparing her to Serena. Greatness isn't just about talent. It's about mindset, evolution, and sustaining hunger over years. Right now, she's on the path, but not there yet. He leaned forward, his expression serious. If she's not careful, fame and comfort will slow her down. The pressure will build, the distractions will multiply, and the game will change around her. This is a critical stage. She must reinvent herself before the world does it for her. The words cut like a blade through the bright haze of Gauff's recent successes. Coming from Mouratoglou, the man who had sculpted Serena's warrior mentality and witnessed firsthand the grind of tennis immortality. It wasn't just a warning. It was a challenge. Faced with open mouth, the tennis world reacts. Within minutes, clips of his statement went viral. Some praised Mouratoglou's honesty, calling it a masterclass in tough love. Others accused him of disrespect, suggesting he was undermining Gauff's achievements to protect Serena's legacy. Fans flooded social media. He's right. Coco still has to prove consistency. Unfair to compare a 21-year-old to Serena. Let her grow. This is exactly what she needs, a reality check before it's too late. But no one reacted more thoughtfully than Coco Gauff herself. Speech balloon Coco's calm response. When asked about Mouratoglou's remarks during a press conference at the Guangzhou Open, Coco didn't lash out or deflect. Instead, she smiled softly and gave a response that showed both humility and quiet defiance. Patrick has earned the right to say what he feels, she said. He coached Serena, the greatest of all time. I respect his opinion. But I'm not trying to be Serena. I'm trying to be Coco. She paused, letting the silence speak. Pressure doesn't scare me. Expectations don't define me. I've learned that if I keep chasing perfection, I'll miss progress. I'm still learning, and that's okay. Her maturity stunned everyone. Instead of being rattled, she had turned the reality check into a personal affirmation. It was a kind of poise that Serena herself might have smiled at from afar. Fire mirrored to Serena's early journey. Ironically, Mouratoglou's warning echoed a chapter from Serena Williams' own rise. Back in her early 20s, Serena too faced scrutiny. Critics claimed she relied too much on power, lacked finesse, and was too emotional to stay dominant. But with Mouratoglou's guidance years later, Serena transformed her game, reinvented her mindset, and built an empire on mental resilience and self-belief. In many ways, his comments weren't an attack. They were an echo of history, a message wrapped in mentorship. He wasn't tearing Coco down. He was daring her to climb higher. Balance scale, the price of stardom. Every athlete who reaches the top faces a crossroads, a moment when success begins to weigh heavier than failure. Coco is there now. She's conquered the rankings, headlined global endorsements, and become a cultural icon. Yet, every move she makes is scrutinized, every loss magnified. The comparison to Serena, though flattering, is a double-edged sword. Muratoglu's warning was a reminder of the danger of comfort in victory. When Serena won her first slam, he once said in an interview, "I told her, now the real fight begins, because success can make you forget what it took to get there." For Coco, that's the brutal reality. The world adores her now, but staying adored takes evolution, hunger, and humility. Brain lessons from the masters. In the days that followed, several tennis greats chimed in with their perspectives. Martina Navratilova tweeted, "Patrick's right, and so is Coco. The journey to greatness needs both honesty and confidence." Billie Jean King added, "Pressure is a privilege. Coco has what it takes, but sustaining greatness means reinventing, just like Serena, Venus, and Federer did." Even Rafael Nadal, who's often been seen mentoring young talents like Gauff, weighed in. Criticism is part of the process. What matters is how you react. Coco reacts like a champion. Glowing star the turning point. The brutal reality check became a rallying cry. Gauff returned to training with renewed focus, reportedly increasing her fitness sessions and refining her forehand. The one area critics claimed was inconsistent under pressure. Her coach, Brad Gilbert, told reporters, "Dizzy the path forward." Today, as she continues to climb the ranks, Gauff's focus is sharper than ever. Her mantra? Progress over perfection. She's training harder, speaking more thoughtfully, and balancing her stardom with introspection. The Serena comparisons no longer faze her. She honors them but doesn't chase them. Her story now feels less like a shadow of her idol and more like the birth of her own dynasty. And in a poetic twist, Patrick Muratoglu's words, once framed as a warning, have become the foundation of her next chapter. Dove Epilogue. Beyond brutality, a bond of respect. Months later, at a charity event in Monaco, Gauff and Muratoglu crossed paths again. Cameras captured the moment. A brief conversation, a shared laugh, a respectful handshake. Insiders later said Muratoglu told her, "I see the fire now." To which Coco replied, smiling, "You lit it." Final reflection. In every era of sport, there's a defining exchange, a mentor's warning, a protege's response, and the evolution that follows. For Serena, it was Richard Williams pushing her beyond her limits. For Federer, it was losing to Nadal that reshaped his legacy. For Coco Gauff, it was the brutal reality check from Serena's ex-coach that forced her to look inward and rise higher. In the end, it wasn't brutal at all. It was necessary. Because sometimes the sharpest truth is the spark that forges the strongest champion. Fire, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.